So the action here in this Weber Cup competition continues. Tony Manna against Gery Verbruggen. Verbruggen played a singles match earlier and lost to Tim Mack. Manna has yet to play this one-on-one gladiator format. Team Europe leading 5-3 in this Ryder Cup of 10-pin bowling. First team to 18 wins the trophy, and Manna starts off with 9.
I've seen a lot more corner pins in this session. Tony Manna victim to the 10-pin this time.
So the big man from Omaha should have no problems here, and indeed he doesn't. So a spare to start off with. No damage done, he seems happy enough. It's the battle of the big boys, this one, isn't it? Because Gery Verbruggen is no lightweight either. You didn't make any comment there, Richard.
Well, all I can say is it doesn't stop him playing.
It certainly doesn't. The former world champion. Wobbling around there, but no, it's going to stand up. So just like Tony Manna, Verbruggen not putting quite enough beef into that and leaving one standing.
Well, assuming Gery spares, it's pretty much on as even. 2 good shots, 2 single pins left standing.
Shouldn't be a problem for a man of this class. We do see him missed occasionally, and just like that. Well, we've said it before, it's worth repeating. If you're going to make a mistake like that, get it out of the way early. Get rid of it in the first frame. Because that's the only good thing you can say about that.
Yeah, even that isn't too much good though. The only saving grace is he hasn't wasted anything beforehand.
So Verbruggen leaves an open frame. Now, that's the unwritten rule of bowling. When you leave an open frame, your opponent comes in and rubs your face in it with a strike. Just like that.
There's 2 really solid shots from Tony. This one carries on 10 though. Over to you, Mr. Verbruggen. Trailing by 11.
Yes, in this battle of the bulge, it's the American that's made the first big push. Oh, a bit unlucky there with the 7. The left-hander, that's the one that stands up for these lefties so often.
Well, both players hit in the pocket with both their opening shots. Tony has a strike working for him in the second, whereas Gery has to negotiate this spare. And you'd say it should be straightforward, but he missed an even easier single pin on the previous frame.
If he misses this one, it's going to leave him with a real weighty problem, I can tell you. No, safely negotiated on this occasion. He's not done himself any favours here, the Belgian. Well, you can see the funny side. But here's Manna. Looking for a double. And getting it in some style. Tony Manna's settled down and worked the lane out.
Another really good shot from Tony, and he's really in the groove here. His first ball could also have been a strike. Ten-pin goes clean, no kickback to take the 10-pin out. That's a sign of a really flush pocket hit.
And that really has put the pressure on the Belgian. This is a terrific response in this session from the Americans in these singles matches so far. Verbruggen, though, does have plenty of time on his side. So again, that 7 is saying, no way, Jose.
That's another good shot from Gery, but once again failing to carry all 10 pins. Take his spare and hope that the strikes start coming for him so he can get back at Tony.
Well, he's got a lot on his plate now, hasn't he? Well, needed that. But he's in a bit of trouble here. And meanwhile, here's the big fella working a double. If he gets 3 in a row, it's called Turkey. Oh, it didn't happen. It's a strange one. So not Turkey with no frustration.
Well, that shot wasn't quite as good as his previous 3. Bit heavy, bit benign, but no problem with the spare.
That opens the door, though, for the Belgian. The man his teammates called the Fridge, after William Perry, the old Chicago Bear. Looking around and wondering if the Belgian is going to sneak back in.
Well, Tony shouldn't really be too worried about this at the moment. Gary's not carrying when he hits the pocket, so until he does start carrying, Tony's definitely got the upper hand.
Yeah, he's had a hard time so far. That's better, he's back in the strike zone at last.
Good shot from Gery. Important for him to show his opponent that he can strike out there, that he hasn't got carry problems.
Not out of it, is he, by any means? I mean, that's at this level, an 11-pin deficit is nothing. That changes around very quickly. Good response.
He's looking in really good form here. He's hitting the pocket really solid. Lots of power on the ball. Gary's really got his hands full here.
Well, he's got a shot at a double. What's Gary's nickname? If Tony's a Fridge, what's Gary's nickname?
I have no idea.
No, it's not in his bio. Says he likes Italian and Chinese food, but no nickname. We'll have to ask him. He'll be saying, make mine a double. Oh, left himself the sleeper. Gettable, but bowlers don't like this one. he's not enjoying the best of fortunes on this lane at the moment. In the battle between Verbruggen and the lane is probably ahead on points right now.
Gery looking to drive the ball through the front pin here. No deflection, hopefully.
No, put too much on it and missed the lead pin and an open frame. That's a killer. Well, he'd put himself in a position to get back at Manna.
Pin advantage now. Very difficult for Gery to get back into this match. Tony can increase that advantage by a further 10 if he strikes here.
Yes, look at that, the double. The skipper liked it. Second helpings here for Manna. Well, he's done his job. Double. Verbruggen has really put himself in an awful position here.
And he's actually a bit lucky that he's only as far down as he is, which is still some 40 odd pins. I mean, Tony's bowled really well here and could easily have started with 6 in a row.
He's been on a steady diet of bad luck, Verbruggen, and at least it ends there with the strike.
There's Nico. Next to Ian Smith, Team England ladies member.
He's got problems. So here's Manna with the double. Last time he went for Turkey, he was frustrated, goes wide, gets the hook. There's his Turkey with all the trimmings.
Would that include sage and onion stuffing?
Everything you want with a strike like this. That's going to win him the game, surely. Built up a commanding lead.
Tony currently running around a 229 pace. Gery, if he strikes out, can't even get close to that, so it's all in Tony's hands. As long as he can stay clean and avoid mistakes, this match is over.
Well, he's having a go at last. Verbruggen, as he's worked the lane out, a good second half finish here. Could see the Belgians still get up amongst them as a double, but there you can work out the sums for yourself. 43 the disadvantage after 7 frames. We've seen comebacks before, but basically Verbruggen needs Manna to make a mistake.
Yes, well, if Gery strikes out, he's going to be 3 pins off what Tony is working at the moment. So it's a long whoop, little machine malfunction. Good job Tony spotted that one, otherwise he could have done some damage to the sweep there.
There is the machinery, and the sweeper's lifted. It's gone away again. Now it's come back down again. And it's saying to Manna, no, you've had enough. Time to play the pins. So can Manna make it a 4-bagger? Oh yes, it's Manna from heaven. caught now, Richard.
Oh, that really should just about wrap it up. He's now in a situation of, unless it's a very bad count, being able to afford an open frame and still win this game. So,
oh, pretty well here. You look at that card, just a couple of spares. That's not a bad little tally Manna's putting together, you know.
he's got a potential 269. Wouldn't even be close to the high game of the tournament, but still a fantastic game if he makes it.
Very handy. This fella's left 2 open frames, two too many at this level. He's left another one, would you believe it? Not had the breaks either, Verbruggen, it has to be said.
And that failure to strike takes another 21 pins out of Gery's potential score, so really this match is history now.
Got it, but he knows that's no good.
Well, Gery seems to get that pin to bounce out every time he throws at it, so if he leaves a 7-10, it's on the cards for him to spare it. But
absolutely. Well, knowing his luck, it won't happen when that happens. It's the man from Nebraska's game to lose now. Going to throw it away. A 5-bagger from Tony Manna. Great bowling.
Big 5 from Tim there in the crowd. As captain knows that's the key one that wraps it all up. Well, I think it was in much doubt anyway.
It's at times like this, Richard, you just want to throw in the towel, and of course in this game you can't, can you?
No, you have to finish the game, even though you've already lost it and you're just going through the motions. We've all been there.
There is the towel he would love to throw in, but the referee will just throw it straight back at him. Take your punishment, son.
Oh, Bernie's not like that.
Oh, great shot. What a morale booster. Good spirit. He's not had the luck here, and nobody's going to begrudge the popular Belgian that. He hasn't thrown the towel in, has he? Is he gone? He's got another frame.
Piece of equipment to try out on the last frame, knowing that the match is over. Try a little experiment for later on in the tournament.
6 in a row for Tony Manna, who's quietly having a very good Weber Cup, you know.
Well, Tony could actually have been going for 300 here. He was a bit unlucky on the 2 9 counts he had earlier on in the game. USA reduced the deficit by another point.
Some of us were predicting a runaway for Europe. He's clearly had other ideas than Tony Manna. If he continues bowling like this, he's really going to be a force in this tournament. You know, you think of the Europeans and you think of Lee Anderson and Torgerson as the big two. With the Americans, you think of Mack as kind of their strike guy, but Manna, the way he's bowling, I mean, he could be that number 2 guy very easily, couldn't he?
Well, he's probably the pick of the Americans at the moment for me. I know Mike had a really good first game, but he sort of got a bit off the boil since then.
I would agree with you. Well, you're going to do that, leave it till the very, very last ball. Very tidy score indeed from Tony Manna. 2-6-6. You'll take that every time you step up. I think the best Verbruggen can get is 180 something if he strikes out from here. It really shows you just how dominant the American has been in this match.
And yes, Gery's got a new strike ball out. Just trying an experiment, hoping to try and find something better for later on in the tournament.
Yeah, Gery's really not had the breaks in this match. So just a bit of an experiment, and that ball might be slung in the dustbin after that one, I suspect.
I don't think that's what he was hoping for with the ball switch, let's put it that way.
God, there's been some bad luck to be had in this game. It's gone Gery's way, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. But to be fair to Tony, he has played better than Gery anyway, so...
Yes. Yeah, there's no question about that. You're absolutely right, Richard. The American has been sensational in this match. Even Gery at his very best might have struggled out. Let's see if he gets that bounce. There's the bounce out of the course. Wouldn't you know, it goes the wrong side. And a disappointing finish for the Belgian. It's Tony Manna that's smiling at the end of that one. The battle of the big boys goes in favour of the American by a score of 97 pins. 266 plays 169.